YouTube. This is my first did I end this? Let me see. Let me make sure as I had a call. Let me make sure I ended that call. I believe I did. Let me refresh my screen. Yeah, hey YouTube. This is my first like real designated live of me not walking and talking and all of those different things. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys because my channel has grown a lot. Like, thank you guys so much for showing so much love on my short videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. Like, this channel is growing super duper fast, and I haven't really came on here and shown my face. So nobody's actually in the live yet. So I'm gonna give YouTube a little bit for you guys to come in, for them to um, tell you guys that I'm live. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Coach Chrissy. I am what is considered an insulin coach, and I help people um, learn how to control their insulin so they are able to have sustainable weight loss that actually makes an impact on their body. And so whether you suffer from PCOS, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, those type of illnesses, learning how to control your insulin resistance is so your insulin levels are so important. Learning how to control your glucose is so important. And so, like I said, I have lost 41 pounds in 4 months so far. I will be weighing in towards the end of this month to see if that number is going to go higher. But as far as right now, it is 41 pounds in 4 months. So I'm excited just because this is the first thing that I have done that has been sustainable. It has not made me feel like punching a wall. Thank you so much. It has not made me feel like punching the wall. It has not made me feel like just giving up on the process, because losing weight, I feel like it's the hardest thing that you will ever do in your whole entire life. But what I've learned is once you do that thing, it trickles down to other parts in your life. So you learn how to just be more disciplined. You learn how to have more resilience, more determination, and all of those things in what you are doing. And so I definitely appreciate that, and I hold all that to this weight loss journey. And so if you guys are new to my channel, like I said, this channel has grown fast. Like, I've only had this channel, I don't even think it's been 30 days, and we are already at almost 500 subscribers. So thank you guys so much, because this is not my first page. I also have another monetized channel, and I know just how much work it goes into building supporters and things of that nature. Put those breasts away so people will take you serious. Why do black women flaunt their bodies? I don't feel like I'm flaunting my body in any kind of way. But and that's very rude. I feel like to come on somebody's page and tell them what to do and how to dress. Like, I'm not flaunting my body. If I was flaunting my body, this will be off. That will be like, trust me, I'm sure that you probably watch Horn with a P, and I'm sure that you're constantly on Instagram, so you know what flaunting bodies look like. But I'm not gonna detract, because whoever watches the replay, like I said, if you guys are subscribed to me, I want you to get um I don't know, I want you to get information for you to be able to take today and make changes for yourself today. Like I said, a weight loss journey, I feel like, is the hardest thing that you probably are going to do. I mean, other than, I guess, giving birth or something like that. But when it comes to yourself, and just the amount of discipline, the amount of perseverance you have to have, all of these different things, the amounts of just dealing with people on the outside of, oh, you're getting too small, or oh, I don't really see a change. All the opinions that people constantly have, people monitoring what you eat, all of these different things, like you have to deal with that on top of still like staying the path. Life's for all of us. Like we all through different things, and so with a weight loss journey, you're also learning how to control your emotional eating. You're learning different coping skills. You're learning how to tell yourself no. When you want to just eat a whole cake, and when you want to have cookies and pies and all of that stuff, and drown your feelings in a big old pot of pasta, you're learning how to tell yourself no and say, okay, I'm gonna give myself to tomorrow. If you guys have joined my challenge, the link is in the bio. It's 100% free. You know, on my challenge, every single week, if you're in the challenge, every single week, day 3 to 4, I have something called Feed the Beast. And so my challenge is called the Tame the Beast challenge. The beast is sugar. Carbs is just like the same as sugar. And so the beast is sugar. So this is it's called Tame the Beast Challenge. Like I said, it's 100% free. But in those challenges, every challenge I have a section on there, and it's called Feed the Beast. Now this challenge will end the end of this month. I will be taking that challenge away because I'm just gonna be realistic, and y'all not gonna be real with me, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. The holidays are coming up, and I just feel like that y'all going to let the challenge sit in y'all inboxes. Y'all not gonna open it. Y'all gonna have it there and say, okay, I'm getting this, and then after the first of the year, that's when I'm gonna start. My transformation is gonna be a new year, new me, and I don't want that to happen. And so October, November, December, probably a little bit of January as well. Those are the holiday seasons, especially October, November, December, and so it will be a whole new challenge that will be, that will start up with that. Possibly, I don't know if it's going to start in October. It might not start to November. But if you're a person and you like, no, I want to get a head start. I'm not a person who really eats like that on the holidays. That's not really my kryptonite. Well, then go ahead and sign up and get the click the link in my bio for the Tame the Beast challenge every single week. You will get the new week and the new guidelines. I believe in progressive. I don't believe in keto. I don't believe in counting calories. I don't believe in weightlifting until your body fat percentage gets to a certain amount. I don't believe in walking 10,000 steps a day. Like, I don't believe in weighing your food and knowing how much everything weighs and the macros and micros of every single thing before you put it into your mouth. I don't believe in that. I believe in eating foods that make your insulin levels go back stable quicker. And so I was just live on TikTok. Coach Chrissy, Insulin Coach Chrissy. If you have a TikTok, you can follow me on TikTok as well. Because on TikTok, if y'all need to, like, if y'all have questions, if y'all want to DM me, whatever, like, you can use TikTok. I'm on Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram. Like, I have a platform on there, but I really don't post on there. My two platforms mainly right now are TikTok and Instagram. TikTok and YouTube, but TikTok being my main one. Like, I go live first on there. All the lives that I repost on here, it could be like 3 days later, a week later. They get more real time of me, and then I'm constantly like, my comments on YouTube, I do reply to all of my comments. I gotta reply to some today, but TikTok, like, I'm like, if you comment, I'm usually commenting like 10 seconds later. So definitely, if you have TikTok, go follow me over there. But we were just talking about fruit on TikTok, and so somebody had asked on there, like, can we discuss fruits and how that affects the insulin and spikes and all of that nature. And so I told them, okay, so you may be on a healthy journey, so you're trying to change the way that you eat. Usually when we first go on a healthy journey, I think like the first couple of things that we do is we start doing smoothies in the morning. Like, we get on the smoothie kick. And so with that smoothie kick, we go get our spinach, our kale, we have our ripe bananas that maybe we cut up, and we put it in the freezer. We have all of our fruit, and we put all this fruit in this blender. We blend it all up, and we like the smoothie is bomb. Like, because if you didn't use kale and you just use spinach, you really only taste the fruit. You don't taste spinach. So it takes on the flavor of whatever you put in there. Afterwards, you think that you should feel energetic, but you don't feel energetic. You feel like that you like your energy has changed. Maybe you feel a little bit tired, maybe you feel a little bit dizzy or fatigued, but you don't feel like that you want to run laps. You don't feel how you felt when you first got up. When you first got up, you maybe felt like that you could run a lap, but after you drink the smoothie, you don't feel like that any longer. Okay, what happened when you drink that smoothie is your insulin level spikes. It spikes because you had all of these high glycemic fruits in that smoothie. And so those are two terms that I use a lot that I kind of break down. If you watch my lives, I talked about low glycemic and high glycemic. All foods have what you call a glycemic index. So put that in layman's term. Basically, no matter what you eat, it has a scale. It has like a pressure to it of how much it raises the scale. To lose body fat and to lose weight without even trying, like literally without even trying. And I'll tell you guys what you can do today to moving forward, what you can do today to lose weight. And this will be the easiest weight loss you have ever had in your entire life. Before you go get your injection, before you think about having the gastric sleeve or gastric bypass, before you start taking any pills or anything like that, I want to give you some tools to take away so that you can actually have the easiest weight loss you've ever had in your entire life. Like I'm telling you, I have tried every single thing out there besides any surgeries, injections, or pills. I was going to that route because I just was so like just getting so tired of my body not really responding to things how I believe that it should. Y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. I don't even have no likes, y'all, and I'm on here giving some gems. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Yeah, hit the thumbs up for me, please. So, those fruits spikes your insulin. You having a ripe banana is just the same as you having a piece of pie. And so you think that you're eating healthy or you're eating healthier because you're not eating the pie, you're not eating the sugar, but you're eating fruit, which has fructose and things that have fructose like honey, agave, date syrup, regular anything that's like starts from a fruit. Those different things usually go to fat more than they go to your bloodstream. They go to your fat cells. And so that's why you have the apron belly. That's why you have the bat wings, you know, of the Thanksgiving arms. Like that's why you deal with all of that, because that glucose is going into your fat cells. And so, like I said, I had been dieting and trying stuff for so long, I couldn't lose past 25 pounds. And the minute that I would stop doing something, I was going to the gym, like working out like crazy, doing all the lifting. I saw all the bodybuilder girls, like all of that stuff. And I just was like, I'm about to start doing this. I want to live because I want to be toned. I don't want to be flabby. I don't want to have loose skin. Like, I'm about to try to get this body snatched, like all of this stuff. And I really was not losing weight. Like, I was losing like maybe 3 pounds. Like nothing really fast, nothing that I felt like. Now, everybody may feel the same, but I feel like as much as work as I was putting in, I was weighing everything. I still have the scale in my kitchen right now that's got dust on it. Every time I clean my kitchen, I gotta wipe it off because I don't use it no more. Because now this is a lifestyle change, and I know that if I'm not gonna be able to carry a scale in my purse to weigh every single thing that I put in my mouth, then there's no need to start weighing food. I feel like that it just develops a whole lot of EDs. So there is no need to do that. And so the first thing that I noticed was kind of my kryptonite was sugar. Like sugar was my kryptonite. Like no matter what I tried, even when I was keto, like I still would be like, okay, well, let me do this. Anything like to have sugar. And I noticed that when I would have my binge sessions or my fall off time, um, that's the first thing I would go to, like sugar, heavy carbs, give me bread, give me all of this stuff that's going to spike my insulin very high. Like that's what I was going towards. And so I realized that that was kind of my kryptonite. Like that was the thing that, or is it kryptonite? But that was the thing that was like my stronghold and that I would fall into. Also, yeah, I'm doing 100% free coaching calls. And so these are insight calls where I'm seeing what are you dealing with personally, and I'm going to be making more content and resources to help you personally. And so if you guys want to book with me, the link is in my bio. They are 100% free. I'm taking down any barriers. I didn't realize a family member had told me that she paid $800 every 2 weeks for her injections, and that insurance wouldn't cover it because she wasn't diabetic type 2. And so I know when you go buy food and you change, you changing the way that you eat, like that stuff takes money and resources. And so I am trying to help you guys and not charge, from the beginning. I'm trying to get you guys really stable on a lot of stuff. I give a lot of content on free content on my page. I have the challenge that this is what I did, condensed and broken down step by step. That's what this challenge is, to make you have results. um Within that, also, everybody was like, I really want support, I really need an accountability partner, I really, it's the support in the community factor for me. Like, can you make a group, can you do a group chat? I made a Facebook group. You only get into the Facebook group if you join, if you have any kind of interaction with me, versus, I mean, like, for instance, you haven't been in the challenge, or you joining a call with me, because then I know that you're serious. The Facebook group is not open; it's a private Facebook group, and it's only open to those who have had, who are actually like serious about what their health and what's going on. So just to keep the like nonsense down and blocking people out of the group, like, I know if you joined the challenge or if you had a call with me, then you're more serious than maybe just coming across me on social media. You've actually took the step to say, hey, I want to try this. And so everybody in this community is people who are trying this. They're not talking about keto. We're not talking about counting calories. We're not talking about 10,000 steps. Like, we're following this blueprint that I put together, and that's what all the group is about. And just a lovely group of women. And so already one of the group members, she has already lost 7 pounds in 1 week, y'all. I am so freaking proud of her. Today, I still have to send out an email blast to everybody just like expressing her win, because she's like, I'm just so nervous because I've done this before and it comes right back. And I just told her, I've been in your shoes and I know that it's not gonna come back this time, baby girl. And so I'm gonna celebrate for you. And so I'm telling the whole world that I'm so proud of her. She has lost 7 pounds in 1 week just from following my blueprint. I've lost so far 41 pounds in 4 months. The end of this month will make 5 months, and I'll be doing a weigh in so I can know how much weight I have lost in that time, in 5 months. So I don't know if it's going to be 50 pounds in 5 months, 45 pounds in 5 months. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so you are on. So sugar was my downfall. That was the thing that I always felt into. And so with that, my first steps was just to stop eating stuff that had added sugar. Not stuff that had, not fruits. That my first step was not to cut off fruits. Like, I wanted to eat fruit. So it is really hard to, like, I'm a fruit person. Like, I was vegan for 4 years. And so fruits and vegetables, I love fruits and vegetables. So it wasn't like a first step thing. The first step was for me just to cut off foods that had added sugar. So when I looked at the back of the nutritional label, if on the added sugar line it didn't have a zero, and it had 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, whatever, anything over zero, I didn't eat it. I stopped eating it. I'm like, nope, can't have that. I also looked at the ingredient line. So this is, I'm still eating fruit. I'm also still eating honey. I'm also still eating date syrup. I'm eating coconut sugar. Like, I have not cut off those things yet. This is the first step. I have not cut off those things. I've only cut off eating things that had added sugar in it. And so also I looked at the ingredient label. If the ingredients, y'all make sure y'all give me a thumbs up. If on the ingredients it had it said cane sugar on there, and when you read the ingredients, I didn't eat it. So if it said cane sugar and if it had some type of added sugar in there, because sometimes if they add cane sugar into something but it's lower than 1% of like the overall whatever you're making, they don't have to put it on the nutritional facts, but they still have to put it on the ingredient. They still have to list it as an ingredient. So that's the tricky thing. You want to check both of those things. And so I just cut off that. Within, a couple of weeks, I noticed a drastic change in just how I felt. Like, I didn't even know like that I had lost weight because I was like tired of the scale. So I really was like, I'm not getting on the scale. I'm tired of getting on the scale. But I had just noticed a difference in how I felt. I wasn't fatigued. I was sleeping better at night. I wasn't like having tough anxiety, tough insomnia. I felt my anxiety levels were getting better. It was a lot of stuff that was getting better that was not even, that's not even dealing with the scale. It was a lot of non-scale victories that I had started to have. And so I'm like, the only thing that I really changed is I'm not eating stuff with added sugar. By the end of the month, I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get on the scale. I had lost, I believe, 10 pounds, like 8 to 10 pounds. At first, when I was weightlifting, eating healthy, smoothies, doing all this stuff, I was only losing like 3 to 5 pounds a month, y'all. I was only losing 3 to 5 pounds a month. It was horrible. I'm just doing way too much. I had 2 gym memberships, and I was only losing 3 to 5 pounds a month. So I lost about 8 pounds when I had cut off added sugar. So I'm like, I still didn't really realize what I was doing. So that the next phase, I said, you know what? I'm about to cut off consuming like bananas and pineapples. I'm only gonna do strawberries, and like that's gonna be very limited. Like, I'm gonna stop doing, fruit. When I did that, like my body just sunk in. Like I literally was losing weight very fast. And it wasn't just weight. It wasn't like that superficial weight as if when you're keto and things like that. It was actually like real fat loss. So I seen my stomach start to go in. I'm like, oh, she don't have like the fupa is not fupa in like that. The apron belly is really going down because that's all I was searching on YouTube is like how to get the apron belly down, how to get rid of the apron belly. I used to just like constantly keep searching up those videos on YouTube. And I kind of just through searching it up and watching so many videos, I said, okay, so it's about the 170-pound mark. Once the women got to 170-pound mark, that's when their stomach was really, more flatter. It wasn't like the apron belly anymore. So I'm thinking, okay, I got to get to 170 pounds before my stomach go down. Like, I got to get to 170 pounds. I'm not 170 pounds. I'm nowhere near, like, that's my goal. I'm not 170 pounds, and my stomach it didn't go away completely, but it went down. It went down. It's not an apron belly. It's not hanging. I don't look like that I'm 7 to 8 months pregnant how I did before. And that was just me learning, okay, let me cut out this date syrup too, because I think that even when I eat that, even though this is a healthier, I guess, option and I'm cooking from home, I'm not eating fast food, I still feel a little drained. I still feel a little fatigued. And so I started cutting off the date syrup, the honey, I started cutting down, like cutting off the bananas and all of that. I just was doing berries. And then as time progressed, I started cutting off more and more. And so that's what the challenge that I created is a week by week step. Instead of you having to do the trial and error, I'm doing the week by week steps for you to say, okay, what will be step one? What would be step two? I also eat lower carb. But what I noticed that I actually got to circle around to that I didn't say, on all of my challenges every single week, there is a section called Feed the Beast. I had got off track because I think I was talking to somebody in the comments. I don't know, but I had got off track. Each week is a section called Feed the Beast. Feed the Beast is a time where you eat what you want to eat. So if you are a rice person, eat your rice. Go have your Chipotle bowl with your rice in there, all your beans, whatever. If you are a pasta person, have your pasta. If you are a Starbucks person, which I just found out this today from one of my supporters on TikTok, is that Starbucks now has monk fruit, which is a great sugar substitute. So you guys ask for monk fruit instead of sugar. So yeah, so with me doing all of this diet and all this yo-yo diet and stuff that I have tried, I mean, from everything from OMAD to the military diet to the egg diet to the smoothie fast to the juice cleanses to the keto to the hyperketosis to all of this stuff that I had tried. And like I said, I would lose about 20 to 25 pounds. I've never lost 41 pounds. Like 41 pounds? Like to even know that I had 41 pounds to lose and I still have more weight that I'm trying to lose, but just knowing that I have lost 41, that is a whole toddler. Like that is wild that a person's body drops weight. It's just wild to me. So what I noticed through all of this is about day 3 to 4 is when I'm like craving. And day 3 to 4, I noticed that that's the days that I usually go to a binge session and like I'm eating everything that's basically not tied down. Like I'm in the refrigerator. Oh, it's cookies in here. Let me make these cookies. Oh, it's pasta in here. Let me make these cookies. Oh, let me get on DoorDash. Like I'm just spiraling out of control. And so I noticed day 3 to 4 is usually when that day happens. After that, towards the end of the night, I'm super bloated. My stomach, I just feel horrible. I feel sick. I feel like that everything that I didn't consume is going to come up. Like I just feel horrible physically, but I also feel horrible mentally. Like you've done this, you've came so far, and you didn't just blew it all away for a binge. A binge session. Like you should have had discipline. You should have kept going. Like why did you do that? And I would just be really down on myself. And so what would I do? I would say, you know what? I'm about to water cleanse. So for 24 hours or 72 hours, I'm not about to eat no food. I'm about to just do water because I just ate enough for 3 days. And so I don't need to eat for 3 days. And so this is the mindset that I used to have of punishing myself for eating things that give me pleasure. Like these cookies, that's a pleasurable thing to me. This rice, this pasta, that's a pleasurable thing to me. Like, why am I like punishing myself for now overindulging in that? And so like I said, I would stop eating for like the next few days because that will be my punishment for overeating. And like I said, I just would feel so bad. Because I would get on the scale the next day and I would have gained weight. And so this time around, when that happened and I did that, I got on the scale and I actually lost weight. So I wasn't like, it just wasn't the water weight I was gaining back or something. Like I actually lost weight. I would actually get on the scale the next day and would lose 1 to 2 pounds. Hey, beautiful, how are you doing? Question, do you know more than before in the weight journey, or what have you learned in the weight journey, in this weight journey? Oh, wait, let me read this again. Sheldon said, "How are you doing?" Question: Do you know more than before in this weight journey, or what have learned in this weight journey? Do I know more than before? I would say I know more than before because I really discovered um, insulin, and I discovered that that is the number one hormone in our body. So I discovered that is the number one hormone in our body. Some people might say not, they might say cortisol, they might say another hormone, but insulin literally controls everything in your body. It feeds your cells. It feeds your brain to have energy to think. And most people who have PCOS, all of these things are hormonal imbalances. Insulin is the number one hormone in the body. So once you can control insulin, you can control your hormones. The big stomach is a hormonal belly. Like that's what you call hormonal belly. And so if you can control your hormones, guess what? The hormonal belly go away. You being fatigued, if you can, that's a hormonal thing. You having, for all my girlies, having menstrual and it's very heavy or it's light or you cramping like a lot, that's a hormonal thing. If you can control the number one hormone in your body, then like everything just kind of balances out. Like it really does just start to balance out. And so I would say that I know a lot about each diet that I was on, but nobody really expressed or talked about insulin. And why those diets work is because you are consuming less foods, you are consuming less things that spike your insulin, like keto, for example. It doesn't really say anything about sugar, but it says things about heavy carbs. And so heavy carbs spike your insulin just like cane sugar does. So if you stop eating the heavy carbs, guess what? You're going to lose the water weight and you're going to start putting your body into fat burning mode sooner. But it's a very strict thing. So you're not ever able to have a piece of bread in your life, because if you do, you get up the next day, you're going to gain 2 to 3 pounds. The water weight is going to come right back. And so in my challenges, like I said, they're 100% free. Every day, 3 to 4, we have something called Feed the Beast. That's where that you eat and you enjoy the things that you are eating, because it actually is helping your body. It's keeping your body in a state of confusion. I didn't know that as well. That's something that I have learned and just observed with my weight loss things and just watching all of these videos about people hitting a plateau, because they are constantly doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and they're not keeping their body in a state of confusion. And so when you keep your body in a state of confusion, it drops weight without it really knowing what you're doing, without really knowing what's going on. It's not getting into the swing of like their routine. And so I have definitely learned. So now let's take the 3 things away. I didn't want this live to be so long. So the 3 things that I'm going to tell you to do, like this was the promise that I had said at the beginning of the video. Also, if y'all guys have not booked a free call with me, book a 100% free call with me. The link is in the description box. And so what I learned, the 3 things that you can do today. 3 things to do today. Number 1 is I want you to drink water. I did not know that people don't drink water. Like I didn't know that people, because I'm a water lover. So I didn't know that people didn't drink a lot of water. I want you to try to work your way up to drinking at least a gallon of water a day. If you can drink over a gallon of water a day, that is wonderful. Now, once you get closer to drinking that gallon of water a day, you may not be close to it yet. But once you are drinking a gallon of water a day or more, I want you to get a sugar-free electrolyte. I use Liquid IV. Make sure it's sugar-free. Whatever you use, Gatorade, whatever you want to drink, just make sure that it's sugar-free. You can also put a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt in some water. That's a natural electrolyte. So that's number 1. Get water, and then if it's over a gallon, because you should be drinking at least a gallon of water a day as your electrolyte. Number 2 is I need you to have a fiber supplement every single day. I use Bellway Fiber. They don't sponsor me at all. What was your goal weight and what body part you work on? My goal weight, I really don't have a goal weight. I have a body fat percentage goal. So right now my body fat percentage goal is, because like I'm a person who now the scale is really not relevant. The scale is relevant for if you teach it, and just kind of to give you that extra motivation, but really your measurements and your body fat percentage, that is the key. And so right now I want to get my body fat percentage down to about 12 to 15%. So I did start off with a body fat percentage over 50%. I was about 53% body fat percentage. Right now I am a 30% body fat percentage. So I lost over 20 pounds of body fat. 20% of body fat. And so I'm trying to, like I said, right now I'm about 30. I'm trying to get down another 15% of body fat off of me. No, we don't want to do that. Don't eat your water. Don't. I was vegan for 4 years, and I coach people how to be vegan and help people transition to be vegan. And so that's one thing I used to tell everybody: get your water for fruit. No, you don't. Not when you're insulin resistant. If you're not insulin resistant, you do that. But when you're insulin resistant, fruits that are high in water is watermelon. Like, you can eat something like a cucumber, because that's technically a fruit. But no, you don't want to go start doing the watermelon cleanses and all of that stuff. That is high glycemic fruits, and your insulin will spike. So don't do that. Drink your water, and if you get to a gallon or more, have an electrolyte, because you want to dilute. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. So you're not just drinking the water for hydration, you're drinking the water for detoxification. So you're watering down your bloodstream that has a lot of glucose in it, because your insulin resistance and dealing with insulin resistance. So a lot of the glucose goes into your bloodstream instead of staying into your liver. So you must have didn't catch the beginning of this live. And so, like I had said before, a downside with your bloodstream getting diluted so that your insulin levels can go back to stable quicker is that it also dilutes the sodium in your body. And so you just want to take electrolyte and you'll be fine. So you just want to take electrolyte and you'll be fine. You keep on with your stuff and you're going to be blocked. I just might be going ahead and mute you. Let's see. Let's see. I just put you in timeout. So you're in timeout. If you have something that you want to say, you go to your page and you say it, and then you show me your results. So yeah, I don't have a goal weight. I have more of a body fat percentage goal. And then the body that I'm working on, I don't have that right now is either, because I learned that it is phases to that. And so if you guys are like binge watching like glute workouts and stuff like that, to be able to gain muscle, to work on different areas, like to grow them, like as far as glutes, you need to be eating more. You need to be eating more at a surplus. And so when you're losing fat, when you're trying to lose fat, you really don't want to eat at a surplus. When you start working out intensely, you want to make sure that you're putting a lot of nutrients in your body. And so if you start working out a lot, it's also going to increase your appetite, because your body knows it needs more food. It needs more energy to compensate what you're doing in the gym. And so now you're fighting a losing battle with yourself. And so at this point, I don't have any body part that I'm working on. I'm just working on keeping my body insulin levels as stable as I can, so that I can continue to lose body fat. Right now, since I'm at the 30% body fat percentage, I am strength training as well. But when I was 54% body fat, no, don't strength train. Just walk. And so Number two is a fiber supplement. You want to have a fiber supplement every single day. I use Bellway Fiber. They do not sponsor me. They don't pay me a dime, but they are zero sugar and they are low in carbs. And so I believe Metamucil as well has a zero sugar option. And so whatever fiber supplement you use, whether it's psyllium husk, whether you want to do like chia pudding, I usually eat chia pudding every morning. So you just make sure that you always soak your chia seeds. You never want to have chia like just sprinkled over your salad or something like that, because you can get really bad digestion issues with that. And so you want to do like a chia pudding where you're having to soak the chia seeds. But get you a fiber supplement and make sure that you have it every single day. Every single day. Fiber is the only micronutrients that does not break down in the body. And so with that, it's able to help move things along, and it's also able to help keep your blood sugar stable. So I think of fiber as the bodyguard. It only allows a certain level of glucose to go into my bloodstream at a time, instead of rushing it and having all the glucose go to my bloodstream, and then my insulin is spiked high all day long. And so fiber every single day, every single day. The third thing you want to do is walk. Third and final thing you want to do is walk. So I want you to walk at least 15 minutes every single day. You don't have to go outside. You don't have to go to a gym. If you can just walk at the foot of your bed every single day, that's what I want you to do. Do you lift a lot of weights? Does chat expand? Does chia expand like rice and grits? Yes, it expands like that, but it's still like it'll get hard. So chia can get hard, but yeah, it expands. So you can, your bowels and all that can actually become impacted if you eat chia seeds without soaking them first. So yeah, they definitely expand. And I don't lift a lot of weights. At first, like if you guys go down my shorts, I have different things where I was like lifting weights like every single day, and I went to 4 times a day and I went to 3 times a day, because I just noticed that my body just wasn't liking it. So I started like going down with how much I would do it. But I started, lifting heavier. I was doing all of this stuff, and I was thinking, well, my body is gaining muscle, so that's why the scale is not really moving, or that's why my body is not shaping how I wanted to shape, not knowing that I was putting my body underneath stress, and it was messing with my cortisol levels, which also messes with my insulin and how quickly it goes down to being stable. And so I was hustling backwards. I was really messing up the process of what my body wanted to do. So I do not lift weights. Like I strength train. So I don't know what you consider lifting weights. So maybe I have like a 5-pound dumbbell with something just to strength train. I'll have my resistant bands just to strength train. But that's now currently that I'm at this body fat percentage. At the beginning, no. Like at the beginning when I was trying everything and the scale was only going down 3 pounds, and then I stopped doing all that stuff and just started walking, the weight came off like this. Is it better to lift heavy and low reps, light reps? It depends on your body fat percentage. If you see any of my before pictures, if you over 50% of body fat percentage, let's see, I started off at 250 pounds. If you over, and I was, let's see, if you're over 200, because I'm currently 209, I lost 41 pounds. So, and I'm at 30% body fat percentage. So if you are 215 or over, you don't need to be lifting no weights. You need to just be walking. Once you lose that 5, if you 215, once you lose that 5 pounds and get to 210, then you can start implementing weights. But if you are 220 and over, don't be lifting no weights. Like just walk. Just walk. And so, like I said, the last thing was just walk. Walk 15 minutes a day. You don't have to do it outside. You don't have to go to a treadmill at the gym. You can do it on the edge of your bed. I want you to do that every single day. If you see that you are skipping days of that 15 minutes and you can't stay consistent with that 15 minutes, what I want you to do is every time after you eat, I don't care if you ate crumble cookie, I don't care if you ate a big old Chipotle bowl that's dripping juice from the sides. I don't care what it was that you ate. McDonald's, I don't care if you had a large fry. Like, I don't care what you ate. I don't care if it's a bad off eating day for you that you like, I'm about to just eat whatever I want. I already had a party. Like, it doesn't matter. I want you to, my body fat percentage is high. I'm at least 30% at 250, at 235. Yeah, so I'm 209 and I'm just at 30%. So at 235, when I was 235, I was at like a 45%. I was at a 45%. So you just want to walk. You just want to walk. Um, so, and then you want to do it incrementally. You don't want to do it like even when you get to the 30%, like you want to do it incrementally. But that's, like I said, a whole other phase. And when you get to that, it's kind of like if you don't have your eating down, if you're not strict, and you're not even strict, if your eating habits have not became a lifestyle to you and it's just something that you're trying to see the weight go down, then you're not ready to really lift the weights, because you have to now know how to be disciplined. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, so this is definitely what I need to work on. Food discipline. Food discipline, that's really the weight loss. The weights and all of that, that comes just from toning up and building the muscle, but that comes once the body fat percentage is down. Any between that is really just a food discipline. And when I say food discipline, you're actually scheduling in the time that you like, you scheduling in your feed the beast days. Like your the feed the beast, that's when you kind of eat whatever you want to eat. Like you're scheduling in those days. You say, okay, this is the day I know how my body feel. Once you get to being intuitive eating, because that term goes out a lot, like intuitive eating. Intuitive eating is now you have kind of failed and adjusted, failed and adjusted, learned, failed, adjusted, learned, failed, adjusted, and now you know exactly how your body feels with every single thing that you put into it. Once you do that, that's when strength training and weightlifting and heavy weights and doing all the stuff the bodybuilder girls do, that's when you can do it. Their bodies are is literally a machine. They literally says, I'm working on this part of my body, and this is what I'm gonna eat for today. This is what I need to do. This is how it's going to help my body. This is how it's going to give me the energy I need for my muscles. This is how it's going to pump up my muscles. Like when these people are doing a whole body recomp, it's phases to that. So it's not going from 250, 240, 230 pounds and like just jumping into this full body recomp. It's definitely phases, but each phase, your body is still looking amazing, and you still just have to love your body at each individual stage. Yes, it's hard. The food discipline is way harder. I feel like the food discipline is harder than getting over the gym anxiety and all of that. But so if you are slacking on your 15 minutes to walk every single day, um, then I need you to hold on. Sorry, y'all. So if you are like, I can't stay disciplined with the 15 minutes, like I keep on like going to bed and then I wake up and be like, crap, I didn't do my 15 minutes. Walking is easy and weightlifting is hard. Exactly. And the thing is, the crazy part about it is walking is way more effective if you are a person who deals with insulin resistance, PCOS, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes. Like walking is actually more effective than weightlifting, but it's like for some reason we want to do keto and go weightlift. Like we are picking to dive deep in the hardest thing. You have PCOS, so walking. PCOS and insulin resistance really go hand in hand. Most people who have PCOS have insulin resistance because insulin, like I said, is a number one hormone in your body. PCOS is a hormonal issue. It's a hormonal balance. So if you can start getting that biggest hormone under control in your body, the other things that are imbalanced, people like where your PCOS is technically not reversible, but PCOS can become dormant. Your body and getting your insulin levels under control and knowing how to manage your insulin spikes and really having that under control can make your can make your PCOS go dormant. Now, if you start back eating and doing the stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, yeah, it's going to start flaring back up and it's going to, you're going to feel it in your body. But doing the different things that you're supposed to do and staying consistent with it, consistent to me is 90% of the time. So what you do most of the time and not all of the time is what you're consistent with. Like we get this thing in our head, like I skipped a day and so, oh my God, I'm doomed. No, like if you look at the calendar and 80 to 90% of the time you have been doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you're consistent. Like we really beat ourselves up over that 5-10% of that time. Like we really beat ourselves up and then it causes us to fall off the wagon because, people just look so freaking disciplined. And it's like, no, they, I can literally be sick and just not feel like doing nothing and still get up and lose weight. Like my body now is working for itself. And so if you are a person who is not being consistent on your 15 minutes, I want you to take a 5 to 10 minute walk after you eat. Every single time after you eat. I don't care what it is. You eat a candy bar, go take a 5 to 10 minute walk. You have your Chipotle and you sit out in the parking lot and ate it and you didn't go home, or you sit out in the garage or in a driveway because the kids in the house and you don't want to share. I need you to walk around your car for 5 to 10 minutes before you go back in the house. Like 5 to 10 minutes. This is not for strength purposes. This is not for any of that. Now that stuff happens as you're doing it, just like endurance happens while you're doing it. Increasing your lung health, that happens while you're doing it. But this is actually to control your insulin spike. And so your insulin spike is going to happen after you eat. It could be a healthy salad. You're going to still have an insulin spike. But as you walk, it's going to help that insulin go back down to stable quicker than if you didn't walk. And so when our insulin level is stable, our body is in fat burning mode. That's why it's so important. And so today the takeaways are drink a gallon or more of water a day. Make sure that you have an electrolyte, a sugar-free electrolyte. It could be the natural way, which is just a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of water, a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt in an 8-ounce glass of water. It could be liquid IV. They have a sugar-free option. It could be Gatorade. They have a sugar-free option. They have the packs that you just put in a water bottle, and they have just the regular ones you already buy, both sugar-free. So make sure it's a sugar-free option. Also find you a fiber that you like, whether it's Metamucil, whether it's Bellway like I use, but I need you to have fiber every single day, and I need you to have the recommended dosage of that fiber every single day. And these are the things that what I'm telling you is what you do every single day. Every single day. You can't do 10,000 steps every single day. You can do it for a little bit, but are you going to be doing 10,000 steps every single day for a year? unless you really fell in love with being a runner, like, and now unless it's like really your hobby and you've really developed a community around that thing, that now it's a whole lifestyle to you and not just a weight loss thing. PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's a hormonal imbalance. But a lot of people don't know that you don't have to have cysts on your ovaries to have PCOS. And a lot of people have undiagnosed PCOS because doctors make it like you're literally jumping through a hoop with fire going around it, before they would even like test you for it. So you can be cramping, heavy menstruals, like blood clots, like all kind of stuff, extreme pain, all this stuff, and they will still just like tell you that it's normal. Oh, it's normal, because they just really don't, like, a lot of people don't want to, or doctors don't want to do what they need to do to test you for it. Then if you've always had like regular paps, they'll say, well, you don't have cysts on your ovaries, so you're fine. Like, I think it's just, so a lot of people have undiagnosed PCOS. A lot of people have undiagnosed a lot, because unless it's a medication that they can give you, where I think a lot of doctors are now giving people metformin. Yes, lots of hair in different places. Yes, like lots of hair, the beard, chin hair, all that stuff, like that signs too of PCOS. So that stuff, like I said, as the PCOS is getting managed, all of that stuff, hyperpigmentation, that's like signs of insulin resistance too. Hyperpigmentation, dark spots on your face, a darker neck, all of those different things. So yeah, a lot of it goes undiagnosed. I see a lot of doctors now wanting to prescribe metformin. Metformin has a lot of different side effects that y'all should look up. And they are prescribing metformin because just like, or they're saying to get injections like Ozempic, Mounjaro, Zepbound, because the GLP-1 injections, the thing that both of those things do is that they manage your insulin spikes. They keep your insulin stable more than not. And so with that, guess what? You start to lose weight, your insulin starts to be more stable, it starts to be more balanced because that's the number one hormone in our body. You lose weight. It's a lot of different, a lot of different ups to that. But when you don't do it naturally, you have a lot of different side effects too. Like, people are now talking about Ozempic face, where it starts to deteriorate the your bone mass. Bones, we don't want to mess with our bone mass. Like, that's already something as we get older may start to deplete. People are having inflammation in their gums, where their teeth is like starting to fall out. It's so many different side effects that goes along with that stuff. So learning how to do it naturally, because I didn't think it was possible, and like my doctors just was not, did not help me, like they just was not there for help. It was more so there for either criticizing or trying to add another prescription to my medicine cabinet. And so I had to learn this on my own. And so now, learning this, I'm trying to come on here. Y'all make sure, like I said, y'all book a call with me. It's 100% free. It's only for a limited time. Like, I get on here and post and all that stuff a lot. So the calls, it's one-on-one. And of course, during that time, I can't do other things as well. And so I'm only doing a limited amount of those. Once they're filled up, then I won't be doing the free calls anymore. But we may have other resources. So definitely get on there and book a free call. It's called an Insulin Insight Call. And so definitely do that. But I love y'all, and until next time, bye.